Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mr. P coming back to you guys again. It is Monday, November 2nd, and we are looking at our next installation of physical science. So 2 weeks ago, we were looking at activity 3.1 and 3.2. Last week, we looked at activity 3.3 and 3.4, and Friday was the last day of our marking period. All right, that actually took us through the remaining activities of investigation 3. So we're about ready to get to our quiz here, but we've got tomorrow off. So this week's sort of broken up. So we are going to be taking a quiz at the end of this week, and we've got a couple things we're going to work on leading up to that. And what we need to be worrying about today, there is a new folder at the bottom of our investigation 3 folder, and it is titled The States of Matter Simulation Lab. We click in there. Hopefully you're going to be seeing my video right up top here. Okay, and there are two things. You have the assignment. You click on that. It should open up a Google Doc that looks like this. And then check for understanding once you're finished. Okay. Taking a look at the document when you open it up here, all right? This is a document I would normally have passed out by hand because there's a lot of modeling and sketching as you go through here, but as I talk through those different parts, I'll give you some different options, okay? But like I said, it should give you your own copy of this Interactions States of Matter document. And I just ask one thing, as we are editing these documents, please do me a favor and type your answers in red, okay? And if you want to type them all in black and then go back and highlight them in red, change them to red after the fact, that is all good. Going through here, you do have some sections that are more prediction sections, okay? It's going to be tough for you to do things like taking a screenshot here, but if you want to insert a Google drawing, if you want to draw it on paper and take a picture of it, there's a couple different platforms you can use online. And if you're really stuck and you're not really sure how to draw on these documents, please reach out to me, and I hope to be able to give you a little bit of assistance there. Drawing can be tough sometimes, I understand that. And that's why generally, where we have an area here, we're going to have 3 images that we're going to insert. And right underneath, you have a place to explain what's going on. So that way, if you find yourself, I know I draw things all the time, I'm like, it looks kind of crummy. If you find yourself thinking like that, this is where you're going to explain yourself. So that way, we can make sure that we are all on the same page. All right. Again, this is a prediction segment. As you get to the actual investigation, there's a link here. Click this. It's going to probably take you to a screen that looks like this. And we have 2 different tabs. And I hope you can see that on the bottom here. I can navigate between those tabs. I can either go to the home, which will take me to select my tabs, but you can also select the 2 tabs right from the bottom here. All right. They look very similar, but they are a little bit different. All right. I suggest starting on this first States tab just because it's a little simpler. And I have a couple things I can change here. I can look at my temperature with 2 different units. I can look at either degrees Celsius or in Kelvin. Okay, no Fahrenheit. I can add some heat, and you can see that temperature is changing. I can actually take away heat as well, and now that temperature is going right back down. On the top right here, I can change different substances. I can look at neon, argon, oxygen, or water. Okay, so a couple different elements and a compound. And I can quickly change, like if I have water selected, I can quickly change between solid water or liquid water or gaseous water. And you should note that the temperatures will change as you go through those different states of matter. These are the states. This is the matter. The second tab shouldn't need you shouldn't need this one as much for our assignments because we're really just looking at, an introduction to these states of matter. But it's something that you can play around with. Something extra here, we have a pressure gauge, and I can pump more matter in there. Again, I sort of have the same substances at the top right here. I can add more of that matter. All right, there's a diagram here. Again, we don't really need to worry about this, but likewise, I can either add heat or take away heat and see how that is affecting the matter that is inside here. I don't believe we have the finger on the first one, and this one, you can make that space smaller. Again, sort of affecting the pressure. You would like to play around with it, feel free. It's an interesting illustration of these particles that we have been talking about in Investigation 3. So, like I said, most of the stuff for our activity today can be answered on this tab, but this phase change tab is certainly interesting in understanding what's going on with solids, liquids, and gases. So, as we get through here, like I said, if you would like to draw it on paper and insert a picture, that's fine. If you would like to take a screenshot as you get to different parts of the actual simulation, again, that's for questions where you should be using the simulation. Don't use a screenshot for a part that you should be making a prediction. Okay, you can insert a Google drawing. Again, there's a couple different ways to illustrate things. I would like to see, which you choose to represent your illustration. All right. I think that's about it. Like I said, please do me a favor and just highlight your answers in red so they pop a little bit more. Just so you guys are more aware of what questions that you're answering and, that you've answered all of the questions. And it'll make things a little bit easier for both of us. So, as always, shoot me questions on Schoology or on Teams, and I will talk to you guys later.